If you're heading to TCF Bank Stadium or watching the Vikings home opener from the comfort of your home, you're going to need some food that pairs perfectly with a little bit of football.
Oh, here to show us how a baked roast beef sandwich that'll pair just perfectly with game day. She's going to show us how to make it. We welcome TCL Kitchen star Alice Seuffert back to Twin Cities. Nice to see you. I love this. Baked roast beef sandwiches. What are you talking about, sister?
So today I'm going to show you 3 different tailgating beef ideas. Beef is a great food that you can have for lunch that is packed with protein. So it's going to keep you going all through the game, right?
Plus, it's like manly, and football is manly, and even if you're a woman, you should embrace that.
That's right. You absolutely should. Can we start with the Hawaiian rolls?
Yes. Okay, so
Because
we're
it's
starting.
a great start.
It is a great start.
Anything on Hawaiian rolls is really delicious,
That's
right?
true.
Okay, so now Hawaiian rolls are being packaged in 24, like almost just perfect for these baked sandwiches, right?
So
we're
wrong
starting
and so
with these,
good.
and then what I did is I just split the bottoms. So if you want to take the bottoms and put that in the 9x13 pan there.
Sure. Here. Okay, Steve, I
It's
might
a
need
two-hand thing.
Yeah, look, come on.
These are
help it out.
they're
Yep.
very
This
moist
is
with.
actually a 4-hand thing.
Okay.
Yes, there.
So
we
ask
go.
your
Good
neighbors
work.
to come over.
Okay, so I like to, for this appetizer, so each of these I'm showing you a different way, has a different cooking style. So this is one that I recommend if you're bringing to a tailgate, put in a 9x13 pan.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because there are never leftovers of this dish, this
You're so
appetizer.
smart, too. This is
so
transportable.
then you can just go to the tailgate, go to the big game. Okay, so on here we have roast beef. So you can get this just in the lunch meat area of your grocery
Should I
store.
lay it on here?
Yep, just put it right on. And I have about 7 ounces, so if you want to make it really meaty sandwich, just double the meat.
Okay.
And I like to kind of cut the meat up a little bit so it's a little more bite-sized. And the only thing you want to remember is just get it on all the squares.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Get a little bit
But you
on
know
each
what? Push
square.
comes to shove. If you end up missing a square, it's still going to be delicious because it is a Hawaiian roll.
Yes.
So it'll be great either way.
So
Yummy.
on the roast beef, we're going to put cooked bacon.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to
nice.
just put that right on top.
Okay, I think I did a pretty good job there. Well, I
Good
could have
job.
done
Yep.
better. Oh, my goodness.
So every bite has a little
I
roast
know, I
beef.
don't want to wreck Alice's
Right?
recipe.
You wanna get a
So
lot
then
of
the
bacon
next thing
on
we're going to do is put the Munster cheese
Good
right
idea.
on top. So I have 6 slices of Munster cheese.
It's super smooth and just really mild.
Yep.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
Now we're just covering
And
it all
then we're
again.
just going to put that all in. And
Okay.
then while we're doing the cheese, would you add the ranch seasoning? And we have some horseradish sauce to the melted butter.
Okay, I can
and get
do
that
that.
all mixed up. And we're going to just press the tops back on here.
Oh my goodness, this is so great because I was seeing these little mini sandwiches and I'm thinking this is really labor intensive to take to a tailgate or when you have people over. Now
Oh,
this
so
you've made it so
easy,
much
right?
easier.
Okay, so you have this, melted butter, ranch, horseradish. It gives it a nice zing. We're
Yeah.
going to pour that right on top of here.
You are crazy, Alice.
Are you
Go,
sure?
go for it. Just start drizzling,
sure? All
and
right.
then you take the pastry brush and
Follow
start
me,
brushing.
girlfriend.
Okay, brusha.
Yes.
Got it. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Okay, so just brush that. So then once we get this all brushed, we're gonna put tin foil on top and we're gonna bake it in the oven.
It's like I'm waiting for a pass.
I've never seen you so nimble in the kitchen.
So you bake it for 15 minutes covered, and then you'll take the cover off, bake it another 15 minutes, and then this is what they come out. They're just super buttery, nice. They have that horseradish gives it a super nice tang on
What
the
temperature
outside.
did you say you were baking that at?
350.
350.
You
okay.
are
so you have to-
so smart, Alice Seuffert. Do you have a master's degree in amazingness?
I think so.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about
Oh
a
my
couple
gosh.
other.
All right, you
Yes,
tell us.
okay.
share that with
There, these are just so delightful. Here.
So I'm
fight
going to
it
talk
out
about
amongst
Philly
yourself.
cheesesteak sandwiches.
Yeah, tell us
okay,
about those.
So Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, we're
be shy.
using Tip Store line. What do you think of these?
I think this is, I'm speechless. This is so good. Yeah, this is incredible.
Okay, so one of my tips for when you're buying beef, talk to your butcher or go to the Minnesota Beef Council website, which is mnbeef.org,
Whoa.
and look and see what the right beef cut is for whatever you're making. So here I'm using Tip Store line. I had the butcher cut it extra thin. You want to call 24 hours in advance if you're going to do something like that because they freeze it and then cut it extra thin. So I have this recipes in my ebook, Freezer Meals for Moms.
Good.
And I make it in the crock pot, but you can also, I brought my cast iron pan to show you there. I use that griddle on my camp stove. So you could do that like right at the tailgate
Oh,
and just
fun.
make the cheesesteaks right there. So you guys get into that. And then I'm going to talk about the last food that I have that I brought
You guys
today.
get into that.
Okay.
I'll
Get
talk
into
about
that.
more
Get
food.
into that. Okay,
Right,
so the
I'm gonna
last
get
thing
into
that's
this.
kind of fun for a tailgate is to kind of incorporate something from, the team states. So I'm doing a wild rice sloppy joe here.
Yes,
so
Minnesota represent.
It's really good. It's a nice sweet and savory sloppy joe. And what I did with it's cooked wild rice. And so I chopped that down. It gets the meat going a little bit farther so you can make more sandwiches. And then it brings a nice like earthy taste in case like maybe you don't like mushrooms.
Yeah,
so it gives that
just
nice,
a different
like,
twist on the mushroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. How's that?
Good.
Fabulous.
We're just moving.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I know. I got to get in on this action.
All
Let's
right, I've
try
offered
this.
nothing to this.
Alice, this is so fun.
I also appreciate all of these are handheld. I always think that
Yeah,
in a
I
tailgate.
think
I don't
so
want
too.
you don't ever want to sit down. If you need a plastic knife or a plastic fork,
Yep,
it's
and
too
this
much.
recipe is like a one-pot dish, so it's kind of nice. You can make it at home and then just bring it to the tailgate and then bring some buns and people can make their own sandwiches.
Wow.
Boy,
Yeah,
those
that's
are all
outstanding.
really
This is
good
really good.
flavors,
Okay, so
Alice.
these are all fabulous. You tried all three. I'm going to tell you something. This little roast beef business with the Hawaiian bun and the butter ranchy thing that she poured over there.
Yeah.
This is why Alice Seuffert is called the TCL Kitchen Star.
Because I'll tell you that.
Wow.
There's one thing that Hawaiian rolls, amazing in their own. What they don't need is anything else added to them. But when you do add something to them,
Roast
guess
beef,
what?
yes.
It's all the better. That's outstanding.
Way to
Thank
go,
you.
Alice.
Alice.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Okay, so for
Thanks.
these recipes, you can head to TwinCitiesLive.com and click on food or download our recipe app. You can download it for free right on your smartphone.
Yes, you can find more tailgating recipes. All you got to do is head to the Minnesota Beef Council website. Big thanks to the Minnesota Beef Council for sponsoring our show.
All right, next, we've got the food covered, but you know what?